Ready, set, go. All right, hey, we're in the heart of Everett with a good friend JD of J. Donovan Smith Creative. We got great light. It's a great day. No rain. Dig in the summertime. This is Seafair week, man. Stuff's going on. This is the time to be in Seattle. And anyway, we are in front of a crow mural that you can see right behind us here. Step out of the way and look at JD and all his majesty. JD showed me this crow and just one of the things that he wanted to bring to my attention about what is great about Everett. And I really thought this is a great way to highlight his creativity and what he has brought to the Crow tribe and his own business and what he does for the people he networks with. So yeah, let's do some stuff where I shut up and the man talks about it. So tell me about, JD, one of the things you'd mentioned before, that the reason we have these crows was to kind of address something that was going on in Everett, and this is to, so say more about that.
Well, and I go and frequent a coffee shop that's just right in the alleyway, not far from here. And I came down this alleyway and I saw this crow, in the Crow tribe conversations. I went, oh my God, PP, you gotta check this out. So we came, I showed him, but Everett we had just like any place, we've had a problem with tagging. People tag buildings and fences and all that. And so they created this program of commissioning artists to come and tag these buildings, paint these walls, these murals. And so you'll see them all over Everett, and it's working. There's less tagging, but these beautiful murals, and they're of everything. We have that going on.
And we have the ambiance would not be complete without some car alarms.
That's
there.
right.
So, what is the name of that coffee shop? We ought to know, just for those who want to know.
The Loft Coffee Shop.
The Loft. You recommend it? Are you a coffee aficionado or not so much?
In fact, I did their promotional video. So.
We're gonna tag that and stick it in here then. The Loft. All right.
I love it. 2018 or 2016 is when they opened, and became friends with the owners, and they gave me some privileges. Really cool people. They've since sold it to another group. In the meantime, now they have the Muse whiskey and coffee.
Oh, another great place. Yeah.
And it's a historic building back in the days when we did lumber here in Everett in 1912, 1920, somewhere like that. And so there's so many cool spots, but that the Muse Whiskey and Coffee Bar is a place worth checking out.
I can attest. That's worth taking a trip. And in my case, it means getting on a ferry and being in a car for an hour or something. It's worth the trip to get to Everett, man. There's some things popping here. It's got a fun urban vibe. So how do the what do you call people from Everett? Evertonians or something, or whatever the locals. What do they? How do they describe?
Everlights. Everlights.
Now we got to work on that one. Yeah. Whatever it is, we'll figure it out.
And there's the Elks right there. So
that's so talk about that a bit. So talk about hometown. You're somebody in the Elks now.
I went to wine tasting at the Ballard Elks, and there was probably 150 to 200 people there, and I was shocked at that. But the person that was describing the wine and pouring the wine knew what he was talking about, and I was like, I love this guy, I love the vibe. People are inviting me up to their tables, which is weird. It's like, I don't know who you are, but you're inviting me up here. And I network all around Everett, and there's a networking event called I'm blanking right now, the Engage Everett.
Okay, I've heard of that actually. Yeah.
So hopefully you can cut out that.
No, it's all let it flow, brother. Let it flow.
So one of the guys there said, "Oh my gosh, I had a great experience at the Ballard Elks, and we had a wine tasting. It's 5 wines, it's really good wines." And he goes, "Well, I'm part of the Everett Elks, right?" And I said, "I didn't know the Everett had Elks. I didn't know anything about the Elks." And so he invited me to the Monday Night Football.
Right.
And they treated me the same way, not quite as many people, but they all welcomed me, open arms, hugs, handshakes, and great conversation, a couple dirty gin martinis, and it was just a wonderful experience. And so I signed up that night, and that was in 22, and now I'm their leading night, which is one step from Exalted Ruler, which is the head honcho that runs the whole thing.
What are some things about elks that you, after becoming involved, you know, or maybe, and it corrected some misunderstandings or misperceptions about what elks is?
Number one is it's always been known as an old man white club.
Yeah.
No women, snobby, rich kind of folk, very stuffy. That's the mentality still to this day that we have, and that's not the case. It's men, women, all nationalities, all types of people. We have 3 generations of families that are in the Elks. We have over 700 members in our lodge. But it's really, people don't know really about what the Elks is. When you're invited there, you get to learn a little bit about it. But the more I learn, it's a great organization. I'm going to get this number wrong, but I'm going to say 1882, something around there is when the Elks started.
Yeah.
We just had our 125th anniversary of the Everett Elks. So it was 1899. Is that right? Yeah. And
yeah. Think of what Everett looked like in 1899.
Yeah.
This was a lumber company, right?
It was a lumber company.
Logging industry.
And that's primarily what it is. Now, our biggest organization, or our biggest charity, is the Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
Donated $60,000 to that just last year, and we have stuff for the vets, for children's therapy program, scholarships, a number of other things, like around 8 core charities that we do, and then we do a lot of fundraisers for other things that go on. So it's a great organization. Great,
man.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about, when we first met through the Crow Tribe, NLWBC.org, your nature, your skills, your abilities have been kind of how you're deploying that. Use kind of a networking word. You're doing some things a little bit different. You're still videography, photography. You're capturing great things like this and creating great things like this. And I'm quick plug for him. In my case, what I observe in JD is that he sees images and he hears. He brings other senses to those images, whether they're still or moving. And when you see his videography output, he makes those images more impactful by introducing his own sound or capturing something else. Maybe it's a car alarm, but maybe there's something else. So we'll see. So talk about what you're doing differently, since that first video we recorded was 2 years ago, I guess, maybe. So maybe more than that. So
yeah, I think,
what's going on with you?
I think it's primarily been the same. The big thing now is AI, and I'm actually transitioning into more AI as well. However, AI is a starting point. At this point, for businesses, it's a starting point. I think everybody that watches this is using ChatGPT. Oh yeah, I use it every day. Yeah, but man, there's so much more to ChatGPT than you can possibly be aware of. So becoming a consultant in AI assistance, I should say. So anyway.
Okay, if you guys understand all of that, you can have this conversation with JD. And for the people who are listening, well, most of you are going to be watching. I want to be able to hear if people are just listening while they're driving. How do they get a hold of you? We're not done yet, but I want to put this in the middle and as well as toward the end. How do people get a hold of you to say, what's AI? How do you spell that? What is it? Or
you can go to my website, which is jds-creative.com, or text me at 206-551-7685. Those are the 2 best ways.
Cool.
Yeah.
When you talk.
And I want to get back to, how we started from our first video or interview to now. It's primarily the same thing. I mentioned AI, but one of the things that I mentioned is that AI does not do video very well. It's getting much better.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff out there from videos generated from AI, but the videos I do are very, very central around the brand. just like Brian was saying, you know, there's a lot of sound that goes on when we're talking, and you know he's writing little notes. I hear that and the energy of his person. Well, if he represents a business, I'm understanding that he's representing this business, but it's him personally, and the sounds of him scratching, and it might be in a coffee shop where you're hearing clinking or slurping
Sipping
or whatever
coffee.
else.
Yeah.
All these sounds play into the videos that I do, and so when I film for a client, I'm listening to all these things going on, their words, the message that they want to convey in a video, their whole brand, color, you know, what is it? What does their brand represent? What is that personality? And so AI does not capture that like what I do for businesses. So we're getting there, but it's still a ways out. But there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with AI.
All right. I wanted to bring to your attention another example. This is the same here, a continuation behind JD. By the way, water's back there. We'll show you that later. But look at this guy, man. This is fucking intense in a great way. So, but when you talk about these murals, that what a great way to take tagging and negativity and turn it into positivity, man. I'm inspired by this. So, and that's some of what we want to do in the Crow Tribe. We want to show people stuff that they hadn't thought of in their own business. What JD does professionally is, you want to be known, how to get that message out there, and bring attention to stuff that maybe you hadn't thought of. So
yeah, and one thing that I'll mention is everybody has a cell phone, and everybody's creative just in their own way. It doesn't have to be artistic like the person that did this mural, but electrician. My brother is an electrician, and he's creative and just how pristine, and he can look at a wall and just know on the other side of that wall how the wires are going. Everybody's creative somehow. But one of the things that I would urge people when they're creating stuff for their own company is look around. There's a lot of beauty that happens. And, you know, sound-wise, sound design, music-wise, there's a lot that's going on. In fact, just this morning, let my dog out to go to the bathroom, and it's a beautiful day, and I heard this and looked down, and bees are flying, and I thought, oh, I got to get a macro of this. The bees flying around, that buzzing that's happening, that right there is creative, slow motion. People will resonate towards that because, you know, the slow motion, and then the sound effects of a buzzing going on. There's just so much that can go on.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, we can put a lot of content out there. I want to show a couple of examples of things that, rather than wearing people out, I want to create some intrigue for JD and his business, and more to the point, him personally, because he's kind of like my little brother from another mother, and we, you know, is a great guy to know, but also just bounce stuff off of. That's a lot of, I think, what we have in each other. Sometimes just call and say, hey man, I'll start bitching about something, and then when I hear my own voice talking to a younger version of me, I think sometimes I hear my own solutions, and I think you have the same thing, right? That's the kind of connection we have.
I'm almost thinking I have more white hair than you
do. Dude, well, I don't know, man. So my wife likes it buzzed now, so I'm the buzz cut guy. So yeah. So
I just got my hair cut today, but I have my motorcycle and I got helmet head going on, so
it's looking pretty crispy, man. So
yeah.
So this we're gonna put some imagery of the bike, which by the way is right there. We'll move the camera later then. So this is you got a ton of a bike there. You know what that thing weighs? If that tipped over,
600 pounds.
All right, so you can just carry that around, man. So you got to bounce it. So
yeah, and something about that. When I first bought the bike, I was working out Shadow St. Michelle at that time, and there was another gal, her and her husband, they ride motorcycles. She's a newer rider. Yeah. But she had a bike that was like 350 pounds. I mean, half the, almost half. And so she said, "Oh yeah, how much it weigh?" Like 600 pounds. Oh my God, that's dangerous. and I'm thinking to myself, you know, I'm not a rude guy, but I went, it's safer than your bike.
It depends on what you're doing.
And a prime example is we're on a club ride. There's about 8 bikes, and we're on the freeway, and we get these wind gusts.
Oh yeah.
And those wind gusts can knock a lighter bike into another lane.
Sure.
It's amazing. Mine gave me a little bit of a wig, but I had enough weight to withstand that. So
What's the
heavier the
displacement
bike-
on yours, on the Kawasaki?
What's that?
What's the size, the engine
Yeah,
size?
it's a 900. It's a smaller bike
Oh, it got
in
some
a
stuff.
cruiser. Yeah, I'd love to get a 1200 or 1500. Would be a comfortable size. You know, 2000.
I had the last bike I had was a 05 in Suzuki Intruder 1400, but it was lean, didn't have much bulk, but as a big yanked the arms out of the socket kind of torque. That was fun. And I haven't had a motorcycle since I moved here in 2011. So
I haven't tried to get the front wheel up yet.
yeah, I know. That takes some thrust there. Yeah. So all right, man. So we're gonna save a little bit for later because we want to just kind of create some creativity. So one more time for the people who are listening, just to kind of punctuate it. I want to talk to this JD dude. They get a hold of you. How? Website is
jds-creative.com.
all right. Or
JDS.
JDS as in J Donovan Smith.
Yep.
And,
Dash creative.
And to text him to get a hold of him is at
206-551-7685.
all right.
And hey, get a hold of me if you just have questions. Hey, I'm thinking about creating a YouTube channel, or hey, I'm trying to do a series for our company. What can we do? Can you give me some ideas? Give me a call. Let's get a cup of coffee or a martini if it's later in the evening and just chat, because I love talking creativity and I can give you some ideas.
Yeah. We're going to have some more fun, brother. So as
Awesome.
always, thanks for suggesting this or planting the seed, and we're going to make it work. So
Right?
see you at the next one. Give us a call. Find us at nlwbc.org. That's the website for North Lake Washington Business Connection. If you like what you see, give us a call. Go to nlwbc.org. Find any or all of us. We'll connect you. That's kind of the point. We're in business to grow and expand and make good things happen and make some money. So see you next time.